Hello, good morning. I haven't spoken to this camera on this channel for a couple of days actually. I am going to uni today. I went yesterday and I didn't film anything, so I had a breakthrough with the orchestra. If you watched that vlog after I did the orchestra, I was like rabbit in the headlights. It was the first time I'd seen the piece. I didn't know the piece. I was just lost, floundering, fumbling. I felt like I was falling through space. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced and I practiced at the expense of all the practice I'm supposed to do for my individual flute lessons, which is important because I'm going to actually be graded on that at some point. But I focused entirely on the orchestra pieces, and I turned up to orchestra and it turned out I'm only doing one of the two pieces. I'm only doing the shorter, the 20-minute long piece, not the like 43-minute long piece. Bad news is I practiced a load of stuff I didn't need to. I played it the week before. I sat in and played it all. But it's funny because I had said I was pretty sure there was only one person per part. Well, there was. I don't know, I just did it last week and nobody said anything, but this week they said, actually, you're not in this one. I was like, oh. Okay, so right, let's try and look on the positive side. It was a good exercise for me to spend all those hours on Tchaikovsky working out exactly where to come in, because I'd been listening to the recording, you see, to work out exactly where it's coming in, because I just can't count all those blinking bars. I get lost, I get distracted by what's happening in the room. So anyway, then I had about an hour and a half spare then, didn't I? So I went and did some practice on the one piece that I was doing, which I felt I hadn't given enough attention to. I hadn't given enough attention to because I'd had to spread myself so thin trying to learn the whole lot. So that was a really good, productive hour. And then got into the orchestra and it was fine. It was absolutely fine, and because it had clicked, it gave me a real buzz and I really loved it. Now, I had been thinking with the amount of workload from the orchestra having to prepare outside of lessons, I was thinking I'll have to drop it at the end of this term because it's going to eat so much into my practice time for my flute that I am going to get assessed on. I thought I'm just going to have to drop it. But actually, basically, we're swapping around because there's so many flute players but so few parts for flute players in the orchestra, so that's what they're doing, they're sharing it out. So if they're sharing it out next term as well and I'm only doing one piece, that's a lot more manageable. It's less actual rehearsal time because I'm only in for half of it and half of the prep time as well, so I really enjoyed it. So as long as I can have a good old listen to the piece first and cross-reference on the score where to come in, then I'll be fine. That's all it was really. I mean, there's a few little tricky bits I'll need to practice, but really it's familiarisation rather than having to learn technique to do it, because I've got the technique in place already. So that's my orchestra story, and yeah, I'm going fairly soon. This is my earliest start, but honestly it's not that early. I get up about 7:10. That, for most people, that's not even early, so that's my earliest one. So yeah. Right, I'm happy. Did loads of rehearsing yesterday. It was my full day of rehearsals and one lecture yesterday. And today I've got 2 lectures with about a 40-minute break in between. I finished relatively early. I'm going to try and get a couple of hours practice in, and then I'm going to head to my boyfriend's because I am rehearsing there this evening. I'm going to try and do what I did last week, which is to get a nap in before going, because that made all the difference to the stamina. Right, I better get this packed away and see you on the move. It's the usual routine. I've been editing on the train. I got loads done. I'm doing really well for time on that. I'm using my lovely Contigo cup I got the other day. Thank you so much to everybody that gave recommendations of sippy cups to buy. My last night's video for me today now was absolutely full of those, so thank you so much for those. I must admit I'd already bought that because I'm a little bit ahead with the videos, or behind, depending on your perspective. So yeah, I've got time lag, but thank you so much. That will be really useful for other people to read through those and get recommendations, and if I lose this I'll go back and check. By the way, it's been raining, of course. As usual, I've got a soggy umbrella down there. I need to put this away and have some breakfast quick. I invested in some decent sandwich material this week. I've got cucumber, salad, smoked salmon and cream cheese sandwiches, and I don't know if it was that cost effective because the salmon was expensive, but I have enjoyed them. I had a whole slice of cucumber stuck to the roof of my mouth then, like it sort of made a vacuum. I was like trying to scrape it off with my tongue. I did my lecture. It was a very interesting one actually. It was kind of following on from last week. The one that we had last week was about doing program notes. Well, this one was more specifically about biographies used to sell yourself, you know, as a performer, as a musician. Get bums on seats, make the whole thing financially viable, you know, that kind of thing. And so there's lots of do's and don'ts of it. We were critiquing existing ones that are up on the internet and yeah, having a good old discussion. It's quite interactive session, but that was like an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. Now I've literally got 40 minutes. So I've booked this practice room just now. I'm going to do 30 minutes of scales and warm up, then I'm going to make a coffee and get to my next lecture. Whoever suggested set an alarm, because I haven't got a clock in here, I don't want to keep getting my phone out to check the time and get distracted. Whoever said set an alarm to pack away, it was a great idea and I've been doing it. Thank you very much. I shall carry on practicing now. My alarm's just gone off and I was texting my daughter because I've had some disruption to my practice today, annoying disruption. So I've had a call from the company that's doing the bathroom. It's now going to be 1 week later than it was scheduled to be, and it's going to be 2 weeks, not one. Oh, it was going to be in reading week. It was going to be perfect. It was all organised. It's been set in stone for so long. How convenient that was. No, it isn't. I'm going to have to miss 2 weeks of uni, but I absolutely can't miss 2 weeks of uni, especially the rehearsals. The rehearsals like take precedence even over the lectures, because at least I can watch them online later and access all the notes online. That's really, really annoying. Oh, I've got to go anyway. Got a lecture to get to. I'm making one of my coffees. What do I think of these Kenko sachets? Apart from the fact I need 2 to even get anywhere with it. I still think it's not strong enough for my taste. I think what I'll do once I've used these up is I'll just take a little container. I'll try and buy some coffee whitener or something, and I'll just take instant coffee and whitener pre-mixed in a box or a little food bag or something like that, and I'll just do it like that because I think it would be a lot cheaper, and I can change the strength a bit, make it a bit stronger. I just finished my lecture. I am leaving. I'm going to go and have some lunch now and then do some practice. I haven't booked the practice room yet. I'm wondering if there's going to be somewhere quiet to sit at me. Yes, there is. Yay. The last of my delicious sandwich. That's a very old looking heater behind me, isn't it? I wonder when that was made. So that lecture we just had was all about CVs, pretty much. We had a guest speaker in who was a former manager of a concert venue, in fact quite a lot of concert venues over the whole course of his career. So he has been on the recruiting side of things, and so he was talking all the way through the do's and don'ts of the CV, which took about 50 minutes in total. I'm still annoyed about the bathroom. Oh, goodness me. I'm going to have to juggle letting the builders in and out with Izzy, but she's just taken on a new job. And presumably she's told them she's flexible with her hours and they're setting up her thing now, and I just absolutely am not. It's the absolute most important thing that I absolutely can't miss is orchestra rehearsal, and all the rest I'll just have to do it online or something, but it's not ideal, is it? I'm going to have a last bit of food, which is these. I'm onto the dregs. Bought these by accident thinking they were crisps ages ago. Right, lunch eaten. I've got all burger bites stuck in my teeth now. Not helpful. I've booked room 218, 16, 15, 218. I think I was in here earlier. I'll tell you what, it's a funny thing being a music student, because you come to this crazy, chaotic, busy environment and then you just get a room with your instrument and you have this complete solitude, you know, for hours on end potentially. I'm trying to work out where to breathe in this very dense piece I've been given to learn by my teacher. I'm putting some in and I'll check with her what she thinks, because quite likely I'm not making very artistically sound judgments there about where to snatch these very quick breaths. If you don't breathe properly when you play a wind instrument, you soon become a bit dizzy and you just lose your focus and your concentration and your sort of oomph goes out of your playing. You need to do it properly to be properly energised enough to give a good performance and interpretation. Don't have that problem with a violin, do you? I'm tapping my feet. I got told off, but I didn't get told off for it the other night. I got asked not to do it. Been doing it for 26 years in my trad groups, and it's appropriate in those situations. Look at all those leaves there. It is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful autumn day. Look at that. It's mild. I'd even go as far as to say it's actually warm on the bits that the sun's shining. I did my hour and a half of practice and I am feeling it as well. I did loads of playing yesterday. I wasn't vlogging yesterday, but I did a lot of playing, what with all the ensembles and private practice as well. Jaws are like, oh, they need a good massage. I'm going in and out of brightness here. It's because of the buildings and the trees and the sun. Anyway, I'm sure you don't mind. What was I going to say? Yeah, I'm on a mission now to get a young person's rail card. I already have a Student Valleys rail card, but it'll only take me so far. And when I want to travel on to IB, sorry about the lighting, I should probably just stop. Not in much of a hurry, hang on. Yes, I've got a Student Valleys one. It'll only take me so far. I can't get to IB's with it, and IB's is far away and expensive compared to just going to Cardiff. So I need a young person's rail card. Now, did you know you can only use it after 10 in the morning? It gets you a third off. Now, if you're a mature student, you are able to get one, even though it's like 16 to 25-year-olds rail card. You need the university stamp on the form, and they need to just write their position and signature and that, and the date. Or did they? Oh, maybe I put the date on it. Somebody had to put the date on it. Anyway, that's irrelevant. And then you can take it to get it. So I'm hoping to buy it at the station now, and then buy my ticket with that, and go to IB's. Because we've got a rehearsal this evening. Hopefully not really late. I don't think it's going to be really late because we haven't got that much to rehearse. I'm kind of planning to have a nap before we go, but I don't feel tired at all at the moment, but I'm still planning it anyway. There's the City Hall clock there, look, poking out between the trees, looking very majestic. It's obviously been raining because it's very puddly out, and around the edges of the big puddles, you know, that the cars drive through and splash you all up your legs. Around the edges of those, there's like a tide mark, you know, like, so they call it a tide mark, you know, on the beaches when you get all the oh, what do you call it? Oh my gosh, I'm having a moment, I can't remember the word. All the stuff that you get washed up right on the edge where the tide comes up to. Oh, you know, beach combers go along and they search through it, don't they? Yeah, that we've basically had that around the edge of the puddles, but of leaves and twigs and things. Oh, look what's come up. Big wheel. We should have a little peep and see what's going on here. It looks like they're beginning to assemble. Could it be the Winter Wonderland, or is there something else going to come up in between? Seems a shame to take it all down and redo it. I bet it's the Winter Wonderland. It's probably a bit of an undertaking getting it all put together, isn't it? I can't believe this weather. Do you know, I never noticed up there. It's like, looks like two theatre-y masks back to back. Poetry and music. Oh, there we are. I never noticed that. All the times I've walked past, I've never stopped and looked at that. Yeah, there's a great flurry of activity going on in there. Oh, I can see something Christmassy. It's all some green tinsely stuff with baubles on. Hey! Right, I'm going to go and get this ticket. I did actually make a vlog, I think last year, in which I featured a lot of the actual Winter Wonderland, so I'll link that in the end screen in case you want to watch that and see what it was like in action with all the sort of fairground rides and things. There was loads of stuff in the castle grounds as well, in the actual castle, not Butte Park or Safari Gardens, but in the actual, within the walls, and I accessed that from the north gate and had a little look at all the lights and all that. And the skating ice walk thingy. That's in that vlog. I used to busk in this alleyway when I was very young, like age 16 or something. Oh look, how appropriate music. I'm at the station now. I think this is the train I'm going to get on. Now, I picked these up. They were reduced to £2.38, down from £4.25. 2 wraps from M&S. Thing is, I love my boyfriend dearly, but he can't be trusted to feed me. So this is insurance that there will be food of some sort before the rehearsal. Oh, I had to wait for ages for this door to open. Just finally has. Oh, I wonder if I can get a table to do some editing. I don't know. Don't you? These look pretty good. Oh, there's one. Oh, yeah. Woohoo, yay. A happy girl. By the way, I think I've lost my reading glasses. That's a pain, isn't it? I have to get some more made. To be honest, they were the old prescription anyway, but I just find them easier than using varifocals for using the laptop. Smells a bit beery round here. I reckon someone's spilt beer on the carpet. persuaded IB we need to have fish and chips for dinner. We can save the wraps. I'll save mine for my packed lunch tomorrow because I didn't have anything. And he can have his when he wants. Seems like a deal. Mind you, I'll probably end up having it for supper. Anyway, yes, I'm hoping we can sit in and have fish and chips. Otherwise, we might be able to go to a park and have it because it's a beautiful evening. IB's like, where would you like to sit? I'm like, I don't care. I just want food. Over here by the birds. Yeah, well, this is very pleasant. So we're going to have a little picnic because it's such lush weather. The sun is going down, and oh look, there's a bird. It's birds waiting for us, in fact, already to pounce and scrounge our chips. I must admit, I made a little mousy hole in the packaging in the car when it was on my lap, and I've been picking at the chips already.
Here, you know.
What was?
Somewhere around here.
Oh, there was a picture of a swimming pool, like a Lido, and the chippy, and the staff didn't actually know where it was. Well, the staff member that I asked anyway.
Must have been because. Come on then, you.
Want some chips from you?
Sounds like you're starving, see?
I know. I'll have to put the camera down. We went for one large fish and one small, and I'm glad we did because look, it's like Moby Dick. That is. It's absolutely huge. It's enormous. I'm back at IB's and I am going to have a sleep now. Well, I'm going to have a lie down and maybe fall asleep for 45 minutes, and then we're going to get up, have a cup of tea, and then go off to our evening rehearsal. We have had sleeps ×2. He's had one and I've had one. We've had cup of tea ×2. He's had one and I've had one. And now we are off to join Dan for a rehearsal. We've been rehearsing. Look, I'm doing the stomp. Oh, Dan's studio where he works has got some new decorations, I see. I'm just making tea at the moment. Well, I'm boiling the kettle. So IB and Dan are just running through tune sets. I know the tunes. I can play them in my sleep. I don't need to do them. So I am just going to make the tea and coffee while that's happening. It's just for Dan's benefit, really, so he knows the chords. So far, we've been running through the two Halloween-themed ones. Devil Went Down to Georgia and Monster Mash, just because IB he's orating them, I suppose. I wouldn't quite say singing. I think orating is the word to describe that. They're talking-y ones in rhythm, basically. A set rhythm, not rapping, exactly. So, and yeah, the Devil Went Down to Georgia is the same thing. Plus, we're going to accompany some singer-guitarists as well. Actually 3, but I'm just going to do one of them. Actually, no, maybe I'll try and play that to them in a minute once they've done this. I forgot about it, actually. It only just came in this evening. So yeah, but we're quite chilled out. We're not worn out or anything because it's just so relaxing. I think when you're relaxed, you don't get as tired. I think it's stress that makes you tired much more than just doing stuff, if you know what I mean. Anyway, I'm going to make this tea. Coffee. I think they all want coffee. I didn't actually ask, but they had coffee last time, so I'll just do the same thing again. As if by magic the drinks appeared.
I find the minute I look at this, my prompt, I'm lost. So it's kind of better I don't have a prompt. Johnny said, "You're pretty good, old son. Sit down in that chair right there, let me show you how it's done. I told you once you saw me gun, I'm the best as ever been." And he played.
I borrowed Dan's, well, the studio's music stand, and I just couldn't get it back. It was stiff. I got it back for him to sort out. The wing nuts come off it, basically, hasn't it? So you have to sort of force it while it's already tightened.
I'm not quite sure whether that will go like that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't fold down, that one, I don't think.
Well, it's not that way.
IB had my music stand because he had his sampler on it, and I thought that flimsy one might not be strong enough. Just got back to the boyfriend's place. It's about 11:10, so not quite as late as usual for that one. I've had so many late nights lately, and I've got more, but tomorrow I am at home in the evening. Oh, thank goodness, because I'm struggling to keep up with the editing and the vlog. I'm having to do it all on the go on trains at the moment because I've been either gigging, I've had a session, or I've had rehearsals every evening, 5 days out of 7, and it ain't over. So my goodness. Anyway, and I haven't got a gig this Saturday coming up either, so I'm going to get a bit of a rest, and I haven't got anything on the Sunday. So, well, I say haven't, I've got uni work to catch up with, but I can do it at a more leisurely pace and not be having to fit it in all the time on the go. So I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching today's video. Do feel free to give it a like. As always, if you happen to like it, it does help the channel to grow. I'll pop some playlists up here in case you'd like to watch some more videos from me right now, and I'll see you in the next video. Good night.